Hello and welcome to the Recycled Cottage and Garden. I'm Angela, and yes, I'm in the same chair with the same clothes because it's the same day as the last couple of videos I've made. Um, I try and get quite a few done at once, so that if they're especially if they're short, because I can do it when there's no one else here making noises or interrupting. So that's why you'll see some of this like this, especially with this series, because we're doing one letter a day, doing the ABCs of personal growth, and we're up to the letter M. So we're halfway there now. And, oops, excuse me, that was yesterday. Sorry about that. It's a letter N. So we are halfway through. We're now starting into the second half. Today's word is a little different. It's called never. And you're thinking, okay, how can I grow with the word never? Well, the article, which I'll link below in the description box, has some good things to say about never. Never give up. Don't quit something just because you made a mistake or more than one. Don't quit something. Don't give up something because this particular instance was a complete failure. Because as we learned a couple episodes ago, with those failures and mistakes, you learn. It's part of growth. So never give up on things that you're trying. Never say something's impossible. Ever. I am a Christian, so I'm going to put this out there. If you don't agree, that's fine. But my Bible says, with God, nothing is impossible. Sometimes we need some help from someone that's stronger. That's fine, but we don't give up. And it's not impossible. Um, and here's a big one: never listen to the naysayers. Never listen to anyone. Never believe anyone who says to you, you can't do that. Because they're wrong. You can if you want to bad enough. Now, I was blessed with parents who never, ever told me things like that. I was always encouraged to try whatever I wanted to try. And I am very, very grateful that that's how I was raised. Um, I don't recall having a teacher in school who ever said to me, you can't do that. Now, someone could say, I'm sorry, but the rules say we don't do these things. And it may have been worded, we can't do that because the rules say we can't. That's different. That's different. In certain instances, in society, in school, in certain jobs, there are things that you don't do because it breaks the rules. And the rules are there to make sure that everything functions properly and that people are treated properly. So, and sometimes they seem to be silly rules, but if you're not the one that made them, you're probably not the one who can change them. So you accept that for that place and that time, you're not going to do these things because they're not allowed. However, in the rest of your life, especially in your personal life, never, ever listen to people who say, you can't do that. I've learned how to do an awful lot of things that other people would have thought I'd have never been able to do. I did have one instance in high school. I would have loved to have taken the shop class. Unfortunately, because the time period was the time period that it was, girls were not allowed. It was for boys only. That's very sad. It changed not too long after that, which was good. Um, but I put my, I learned certain shop things from my father, watching him build things and do things. So I learned a lot of that from him, whether he knows it or not. But I also put my energy in school, since I wasn't allowed to take a shop class. I put it into art. I was in the art class. So arts and crafts are definitely my thing. And like I said, my parents never said, you can't do that. You'll never be able to do that. Nobody ever told me that. So if I wanted to try something, I was allowed to do it. I didn't know how to grow a garden, but Mom allowed me to dig up a 10 by 10 spot in the backyard one year and see what I could grow. It wasn't much because I didn't know how to amend the soil. There were probably too many tree roots, but it was the sunniest spot in the yard. And a few things grew, just not very much. But I liked growing things, and I still do. And I have had gardens, hence the name Recycled Cottage and Garden. I'm in an apartment complex right now. Don't know, it might be for the rest of my life. It might not. I don't know. We'll see where life takes me. But I don't have a garden spot. So right now I've got herbs growing in a pot. I've got a little thing with a mixture of seeds that came with it, and I mean they were mixed together. So it's not like one spot's this and one spot's that. It's a mixture. I know for certain the basil's coming up. I know what that looks like. So we'll see what I've got as it grows. But I've got some plant. And I planted this about a week ago, and I've got little plants up an inch high already. So just a little tidbit there. But let me highly encourage you to, if someone says, well, you can't do that or you shouldn't do that, and they're just being, if it's not something that's going to hurt you, I would either get a second opinion or just don't pay any attention to them. Because if you don't try new things, you're going to stagnate and you're going to get bored. And who wants that? So, never give up. Never give up. There's too much to live for. There's too much to learn. There's too much to see. There's too much to do. So don't give up. And I think that's pretty much all I'm going to say on this one today. I'm trying to keep these short so that they don't glitch out on me. It seems like sometimes that does. I think I've figured out how to keep it from doing that by turning it off in between. It's a Chromebook. It's the only camera I've got that'll do a video longer than like 30 seconds. So we're going to end this one here, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow with the next installment. Check out the whole series if you choose to. There's also going to be a link to the article where this series came from in the description box below. Like, share, and subscribe if you're interested in doing that. If you're not, that's fine too. I'm just glad you came to visit today. And everyone have a wonderful day. Thanks for visiting.